Hello, everybody, and welcome back. So today, I'm going to be doing some coding, and that programming guy is going to be helping me. So I'm going to unmute him. Hey
There we go.
there, how's it going?
All right. I was like, oh no, I can't hear you.
Yeah, that was that tiny about
All
30
right. I was like, oh.
seconds where I was just going to have it for myself just to kind of introduce the stream.
Oh right.
So,
Forgot.
bring that over. No worries. Alright, so I have it set up and ready to go.
Yar, this is gonna be great. I'm so excited. Never done this before. Like, I'm kind of nervous. Like, I shouldn't be, and there's no reason for me to be nervous.
Yeah,
No, I
I
remember.
was actually
Go
listening
ahead.
to your stream on my phone.
Oh, well, I'm glad I didn't say anything too bad.
uh
No, I actually, when I was doing fuck it up, when I was doing program tutoring, somebody actually wanted me to help them learn how to program, and I couldn't do it. I backed out. But no, I feel fine. So, Mr. Asmodan, you're trying to get into the wonderful world of software development.
Pretty much, yeah.
And why are you trying to get into software development? It's a lot of work.
I know it's a lot of work. I mean, it kind of stemmed from my like dream job as a kid, because it started off as being a video game tester, and then as I grew up, I realized that's a fucking stupid job. Let's make the games.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went into the programming. I started doing the courses, but it started like I only got very into the very bare basics, and then kid happened, money ran out, that stopped. um,
Mm-hmm.
but it like everyone's always like, oh well, it's boring. There's tons of like coding and everything. But the thing is like I already love and enjoy making like Excel sheets, like very complex ones to
Mm-hmm.
do things. So I'm like, well, I mean, the natural next step to get more advanced stuff is programming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It feels weird. I know we just spoke like before we started and today as well, but I feel like this is more of like an interview. It's so weird, but I know it's not. I need to get back into the conversational mood. But that aside, yeah, no. Speaking of how everyone's like, "Oh my God, it's so boring." There are actually a lot of people who don't like programming, who do think it's boring. My wife is one of them. She's like, "I'm never going to do that again."
Mm-hmm.
She did some and there are some people who got into it and they're like, "I just don't like it." And there are some people as well where they like programming, but what they do for their job is
Uh,
so
did you just mute
yes.
yourself accidentally?
No. Hold on.
Because all of a sudden it just dropped out. I heard they get into and it was just dead, and then you finish up with so like 5 seconds later.
Oh, no, I moved something. I moved wires, so I will not touch the wires again.
Okay.
Um yeah, no, some people like it, some people don't. I love programming, it's fun. Sergeant Alpha, I bet he loves it as well.
Seems like it.
But
So,
yeah, so programming, yeah, like being making the game is fun. I actually got into programming because I want to make a better Sonic 2D game.
oh, and how did that
Um,
one go?
I haven't made one yet.
Oh, okay.
I haven't made one because like I was waiting for like Sonic, like a good Sonic 4, not like the Sonic 4 bullshit that we got. Can I cuss?
Yeah, go ahead. I don't give a shit.
Okay, cool. Wonderful. Because I did notice you marked yourself as your student is mature, making sure. But
I mean, I don't cuss like constantly, and in my opinion, if you let the occasional one slip, it's not too big of a deal for mature or not.
oh, just making sure. Anyway, I want to make a better Sonic 2D game, and made one, but I got to learn programming, and it's pretty fun. I love it.
Yeah.
So now the question's like, where to start?
Well, let's start with what we see on here. So, what's like line? So, line one is telling us what libraries are included, and two actually does the actual libraries, right?
Yes, one quick second here. I'm going to use my Windows to be awesome. Um, I guess actually, so Python is yeah. So why Python? Were you just like Python sounds cool?
Python was the main, like, was the I watch oh god, what's that? Code Bullet, and he said, "Oh, the best way to like kind of get into like a good introduction step for learning coding by yourself is
Mm-hmm.
Python." So I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
"Okay, well, let's try out Python and then from there I can step in further."
I see. Cool. So yeah. So what we have in front of us, um, is a simple print statement. So print is used to just like um is just basically print stuff to the screen. So right now the screen is the window on my computer. The screen is just the window. Okay, I can't do that. Let's get that away. So the screen is just the window. You'd also maybe do it on command prompt.
Okay.
Where you do like probably Python space print hello world or Python 3. So yeah, you can print whatever you want, and then it shows up, which is cool. So yeah, printing is to print stuff up here. So if you want to make a video game though, let's um we could do the basics, but I'm wondering if there's a video game library. Python 3. Video game libraries.
Okay. So I'm guessing libraries are just have like royalty free assets that anyone can kind of use.
Not royalty assets. So libraries are a set of functions and classes that you can use. You can basically take the code, put it in your own directory by unit project, tell Python go import this project from here, and then you can use all its code. So let's say um the library has like code for being like here's to put sprites on a screen. Instead of yourself hand rolling those sprites,
Mm-hmm.
or the logic to display sprites on a screen and the logic for double buffering a video game, this library might have it, so you don't have to basically reinvent the wheel.
Oh, that's good. That makes things a lot easier.
Yes, programming is sometimes just a lot of programming is sometimes just a lot of learning how to take different libraries together and put them together in a way that works.
Okay.
So inventwithpython.com/pyganim says a simple modular handling sprite animation. So there's a lot of stuff here. Interesting. So video games, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting. So we could start with our own video game. Actually, not like something with a lot of stuff, but we could do if we go like we could do things like almost like a simple like choose your own adventure game.
Okay.
So as you program me, you're gonna be like, how do I do this thing, and how do I do this, and how do I do this thing?
Yeah.
You're not gonna know everything, and that is okay. I don't know everything either. Sergeant Alpha doesn't know everything. Ben Storjup, whatever the person who invented the C++ programming language, he doesn't know everything.
Yeah. I mean, that's why there's all the websites out there that say like, hey, if you need to do this, here's some things you can use.
Yes, yeah, exactly. And one reason I tell you that because I don't know everything, that nobody knows everything, is because there are a lot of people when they start programming, they're like, wow, I don't know this, and wow, I don't know this, thus I must be stupid. And I fell into that trap when I was learning Java. For example, it's like if you want to test if a number is even or not, divide it by 2. If the remainder is 0, it's even. If the remainder is 1, it's odd. I'm like, I didn't know that, thus I'm stupid.
Yeah, I fell into that trap when I started doing Excel stuff because I ended up teaching myself Excel, and then I was like, well, I mean, then I just accidentally ended up finding the equation list, and I realized it's like 150 equations long or more. I'm like, there's no fucking way I'm going to remember everything.
You're like, because since I can't remember everything, thus I'm not good at this. It's like, that's not.
Nah.
All right, so we're gonna make a simple game, which is basically, it's gonna display text, and then we are going to do a get input from the user.
Okay.
And then from there, if they type one thing, we're going to say something else. If they type another thing, we're going to go somewhere else.
Okay.
So this will be kind of do I have that book right here? No, I gave it away. A simple, you can just choose, kind of write whatever you want. I'll show you more, but write whatever you want. Basically, make a decision of like, does the person go left or right, or does the person go up or down? Does the person throw the rock or not throw the rock? Stuff.
Oh.
So this is going to involve conditionals, writing, stuff like that.
Okay.
So one thing I want to show you is, so we have print hello world. So what print does is it puts in a new line. So if you write a print hello again, no semicolon because this is a icon. Dual run. It actually it's to hello world and hello again.
Yeah.
And so let's say for some reason you don't want to write a second print statement, but you want it on a new line. You use something called an escape character, which is /n, which stands for new line. And then you're going to go like this, hello again. And then if you run it, you get 2 lines.
Okay.
So escape characters are used to tell the text to do something. For example, what do you think would happen if after the exclamation mark I put a quote? But I wanted to put a quote into what was printed. Like, why not try it? Just put a quote there and try to run it.
Well,
see what happens.
Like, so just like type something out and put in a quotation, like a quote.
Yeah, like if you wanted to actually print out a quote character.
Oh, okay. So it'd be a.
So first strings are, so basically what your print is called a string, like a string of characters.
Okay.
So all strings are surrounded by either double quotes or single quotes. Python accepts both. You just have to be consistent. So if you start a string with a single quote, end with a single quote. But since you're doing a double, then the last thing that you're going to put in before the parenthesis would be a double quote.
Okay, so, wow, for some reason that like went in one ear and out the other. Holy shit.
Yeah. No worries. This is a lot. So this is my first time I'm going to be jumping around the space. So let's make it a bit easier for you.
Okay.
I don't mean to say you're not bad. I'm just being like, let's get rid of all the other layers in front of this question. So if I have this, right?
Okay.
What would this print right here?
It wouldn't print anything because there's nothing actually in there yet.
Good job. So if you wanted to print a quote, what would you do?
I mean, normally I would put the quotation marks and then write in the quote, but being that the quotation marks are being used as a way to define it, there's probably another command that you would need to do to put it in, correct?
You are very correct. Good job, Asmodee. You're awesome. So this is another escape sequence where you do that.
Okay. So
then it gets really confusing. So now if you want to put quotes around hello world, you write hello world and then you do the /quote again.
So like, and then that.
Other way.
Oh.
Other slash. There you go. And then quote. There you go. And now if you print it, it'll print hello world, but with the quotes around.
Okay, so then I just click run?
Yep.
Okay.
There you go.
Nice.
And so there's things like there's the new line. If you wanted to actually insert a slash, you do that to put in a slash.
Okay.
Yeah, so escape sequences to do things. There's actually a lot of escape sequences. But awesome, here we go. So now that you know how to print this, the next thing we need to do is I don't know how to put variable. I don't know how to do variables in Python. Okay, just like that. So now let's say like you want to store hello world into something that you can refer to, like almost a map.
Okay.
Right? That's called a variable. So actually, since you do Excel,
it'd be like referencing a certain cell.
Yeah, right? It's referencing a certain cell. And that's basically it. So how variables work is I'm going to introduce right now to an integer. So an integer is any number from like 1, 2, 3, 4 down to negative something up to positive. So if I wanted an integer, and let's call it, I don't know, time since now. It was, I don't know, 5. And now, if we print time since now, that will show us 5.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
So you can also go ahead.
Oh, okay. So I'm just trying to get this. So when you do a variable, you put in the what's going to be the reference point, which is time since now. Then you do space equals space, and then after you and whenever you put like print time since now, it just comes out with whatever's up there. So if I were to go like, because I am 5,
Now,
let's see.
before you do that S in awesome sauce, make that capital.
Okay.
Now it's because there's no spaces in variable names. It just makes it easier to read.
Okay, that makes sense. And then I would go print, comma, awesome sauce, and whoops, run.
Reaper is not defined. What does Reaper refer to?
I was going to be using the name of the Overwatch character. It's just going to be the word that they're putting in.
So what Python sees is you go, Reaper refers to a number or to something else.
Okay, so
you
what
actually haven't. There you go. Double quote or something. Yeah, there you go. That's what you're looking for. Now you're saying awesome sauce refers to a string, and that string contains the word Reaper.
Okay.
That's how it works. So that is what it is.
That's actually pretty cool that on the right side it actually tells you, hey, when you're trying this is exactly this is what's kind of becoming the problem.
Exactly. And the compilers have actually gotten quite good. Because these don't have semicolon. But if we quickly switch, like, let's say I'm just going to go to C#.
Okay.
Mostly everything ends with a semicolon. So when you're first starting with like C or C++ or Java, a lot of introductory errors are you forgot semicolon. But when I started, let's say if I did like this, let's say if I missed this semicolon, the compiler wouldn't tell me, oh, you missed a semicolon on line 8. It would instead say, oh, console makes no sense.
I remember doing that when I was in, university.
Yeah. Let's just do this. Lazy. There we go. Yeah, so whoa, these are off. Why are these so off?
Yeah, like why is awesome sauce red and same with print?
No, I'm just gonna do this.
Oh, there it is.
Oh.
There's still the space. Wasn't it? Or was there something else up there?
No, that's correct. It's space delimited.
Okay.
Fuck. Oh, I hate space delimited. Appreciate you. You are appreciated. Anti-aware. Thank you for the follow. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard it.
Okay, that's cool. I love it. So that's how it works. Awesome sauce how it works. So if you want to, so now we're able to print stuff.
Okay.
Right. We're able to assign stuff to variables. You did awesome sauce. So now we need to get stuff from outside. Right?
Yeah.
Because we're gonna do if the user has typed this, do this. If the user has typed this, do this.
Yeah.
So we need to accept input. So do me a favor, Asmodean, and go on to your favorite search engine.
Okay.
and basically type out something like how to get input from the user Python.
Okay.
And because you're gonna have to learn how to search things up, because that's what you do. That's what everyone does.
Okay. And then, so if I did that, it would expect the person to do this, and then, hang on a second. Oh, wait, actually, sorry, I'm...
It's okay. You're learning.
Programming executes a flow stuff. Text or message display on the output screen.
I got a push notification that says you're streaming. That's awesome.
Okay.
Ooh, I heard that.
Yeah, that's because my phone's like not even a foot away from my mic, which is like,
Oh.
I don't normally have it there, so normally it's a lot quieter. Okay, so okay.
Now, if you want to, you could also, I don't know how you're streaming, but you can also, I do some of my programming streams, right? Just stream my computer so people can see what I'm looking at as well. You are free to do that if you want to, but you do not have to.
Yeah, I like to keep things a little bit separate, like what I'm working on, and then I have my information off to the side. I think the only thing I mean, it's mainly because I don't want people to see like my hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of tabs, because someone has my like personal like work stuff, and
I see. No, man, you need those hundreds and tabs, or else how they know you're a programmer.
I just don't want them to see my work stuff because it has like symbols and everything like that would identify my work.
Oh, makes sense.
Yeah,
I get it. I understand.
Okay, so when the input function text. Okay, input provided is not correct, and the syntax error is, for example. So, wait, what?
Oh, make sure you put Python 3 and not Python.
Okay, that would probably be it.
Yeah, I forgot. Yes.
Okay, so it wouldn't be this. Let's just make a separate thing here. So if I do now, this one's showing a bunch of these symbols. Are those actually required or no?
No, those would be symbols you'd see in your command prompt.
Okay. So they do raw input.
Do not do raw input is actually just for Python 1 and 2.
Okay, so then it's
Python 3 has changed.
Okay, so then in Python. So I why did they do that? Okay, so it's down here. It's just input bracket. Now they close it like that.
Exactly, and here's why. So, I guess we're going on to another tangent because we're doing this. If we go to learn x, if you look up functions in Python 3, so to define a function, you have to go def add that how it works? I don't know. Let's compile it. See if it complains or not. Invalid syntax. Do you need a comma? Am I used to Haskell now? Oh, I have insert on. All right. Oh, I use a colon? Hold on. Let me go to learn X and Y menu. Because basically what you're doing when you call print or when you're calling input, you're calling a function.
Okay.
And so functions have a certain way they are called. And I'm gonna write my own see it.
Okay.
C#. Functions. I see. Yes. So it is. So this is a. So a function is code that can keep calling over and over and over again. So we're going to take your input that you wrote, and we're going to move it down here quickly. So add. So basically, now I made some code that can call over again. Add. So you know how we you put awesome sauce and it refers to a string that has the word Reaper in it.
Yeah. Hang on a second.
Okay.
Remember how I was telling you about work shit?
Yep.
Give me a second. I got to go deal with that.
Cool. I'll wait. All right. So to those of you who are a bit confused, Asmodan and I spoke earlier, and he is on call for his work. He's the person where, like, if shit's going down, he's the person called. There are people who will handle things before he does, but he's almost like the last person to call. So unfortunately, that's what happened now. And I talked to him about it, and because he's on call, he did get a huge pay raise, which is usually should always go with being on. And if this means this is the end, that's kind of sad, but we'll probably do this again. It's not the end. Oh, he's listening to me. Okay. Oh, you're still on the phone, right? Oh. Oh, just keep your mute yourself then. I'll just talk until you're ready. I can do that. So yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's going good so far. It's going really fun. You guys can hear me. I'm also just kind of happy this worked out technically. Like, got a follower, which is cool. But like, no one's talking to me so far, which is fine. No one's replied to me on Twitter. But that's fine. I love you all. All you guys are great. So yeah, right now we're waiting. I'm waiting for Asmodan to finish. Yeah,
I am back. Sorry about that.
That was fast.
It was just something minor. It was just like, right. What? Wait, what? What's that? What are you talking about? And then I had to clarify from him.
I see. Okay, so back to the train of thought. So on line 9, we have a variable called awesome sauce, and it contains a string, and that string contains the word Reaper.
Yeah.
So on line 9, we have to find a function that adds two numbers together.
Okay.
To call that function, basically the label of that function is called add. So if we wanted to use that function, we basically go add 5 and 9, 5 and 4, and so this should return
9,
5, 6, 9. But if we run it right now, nothing gets printed out when we call. And what's happening is it's calling add, and it's doing the computation, but we're not telling it to print anything, and we're not telling it to store the value that's returned at all. So there's two ways to print this. We could either do this. We could go print, print, add 5 and 4. And so in this case, it would actually do this first. this would return 9, and then it would do print 9. So this is basically the same as print 9.
Okay.
Or we could do a added number plus add 5 plus 5. And then we can do print added, and then we can run it. And so we have 9 and 10.
Yeah.
So print is a function. So basically in Python, the backend Python code, somewhere in Python, I don't know exactly where, the function print has been defined. And that's why we can use it without writing code of what print is.
Yeah.
So additionally, print accepts a string or an integer or a boolean or other things like that. It could also just be empty. And it's valid because if it's empty, it just prints a new line that's invisible that you can't see.
Okay.
So, because I did def add xy, that works, but I can't do something like this. Add 5. And the reason why is because I'm telling it every time I call add, I need to give it 2 numbers, not 1.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting compiler saying I'm missing 1 requirement for the y element.
Yeah.
Yes. So input. That is why input has these double parentheses, because input is a function, and the input function understands to go, pause, wait for user input, and then return whatever was typed.
Okay.
Yes. So.
Actually, I got a question, because this is just my brain going off on the side. So,
no, please ask questions.
So when it comes down to this print thing, just to do a new line, right?
Yep.
Is it possible to do like this, and it'll do 2 new lines? It'll just print 2 new lines for no reason?
That would do 3.
That would do 3?
It would do 2. It would do 2 new lines because you've actually told it to print 2 new lines, and then the print function itself doesn't.
Okay.
So if we do print 4, and then we would have to surround these with quotes. No semicolon. Jesus Christ.
And I'll fix that one for you. Put the bracket on there.
Did I do something wrong?
Before you, when you got rid of the semicolon, you actually got rid of the end bracket as well.
I made a mistake.
There we go. So it does do. Yeah. Okay.
So input. So take a look at line 17, right? So add return. So the function add returns x plus y.
Okay.
And in line 17, we're taking that value that has been returned or given back to us from the function, and we're assigning it to the added numbers variable. So quick aside, 1 equal sign means assigned to.
Okay.
So the correct way, for example, to read line number 6 is to go the value 5 is assigned to the variable time since now.
Yeah.
Yes. For equality, we would just use the double equal sign, and we will get to equality later. But so that's technically that's inside. That's what it means. The equal means assigned double. So with the information that add returns a number, and we assign that number to a variable in line 17, if input returns whatever the user typed, we need to also put that into a variable so we can refer to it, correct?
That's correct.
All right, so on line 24, what would you like to call the input? You can call it.
So I just put it right after the brackets?
Before. You're assigning this to a variable, just
okay.
like in 17 and 9 and 6.
Okay, so I would be... So I just do something like... yeah, I should just... Turtle.
Mm-hmm.
So if I do that...
Turtle equals input. And now, what'll happen is when you click... I don't know if it'll pause. I think it'll pause. I don't know. Because I don't know how input will work on this. But I'm guessing it should pause. Wait for input. Nope. I don't know how you would actually get it. Oh, here we go. Awesome, there we go. So it pauses for input. You type what you want, press enter, and once you press enter, so before the program stopped, the string hello was put into the variable turtle.
It was put into the variable where? Sorry?
Turtle.
Okay.
So now, if you wanted to print out the value turtle, what would you do?
So then go here, then do print bracket turtle.
Correct. Go ahead, run it, and try it.
Run. Okay. So.
And then just click on the one where the text is outputted, and just type something. Did you? Oh, wrong one. The window above it.
Window above it.
Window above it, where it says after.
Oh.
Click there.
Oh, okay.
That is a great word to use. I'm kind of surprised you know how to spell it.
I'm an asshole, that's why. I literally learned how to spell it just so I could throw it into people's faces.
I remember when I first heard that and I researched what it was, I'm like, wow, this is really hard for a little 10-year-old brain to comprehend.
Yep, the original meaning was the act against getting rid of the Church of England.
Yep. Being against the disestablishment of the Terryism Church of England.
Yep.
Yeah, it's weird. Anyway, okay, so what? And then so now we have printing.
Mm-hmm.
We have printing. And so what I'm doing is called comments.
Okay.
Comments are basically ignored by the compiler. So line 2 and 6 are actually ignored, and they won't actually be compiled.
Okay, so these would be just like that. Doing the pound sign, it basically just marks it as, do ignore this. This is for the coder.
Yep.
Okay.
So like it did on line 17. Technically, this print add 5.4 goes into print 9. Then we did cool, wonderful. So this is all fine and dandy. Segfault X. Input accepts a prompt string, which might make it less confusing. Oh, it accepts a prompt string? Oh, no way. I didn't know that. Thank you, Segfault. Segfault just let you know I don't know anything about Python. Thank you. So, on my chat, what he just mentioned was this accepts input string.
Mm-hmm.
So we could actually do something like this. Type a string. Oopsies. Oh, yeah, and now it says type a string, so we can actually go yellow. Cool. Except we want a space after that. There we go. Thank you, Segfault. So now we have input, we have functions, we have variables, we have printing. We now need one more thing. We need to do if the user typed this, run this code. Otherwise, run this code.
Okay.
So see, some people like to use the word branching. Some people like to use the words conditional. And the reason why I said it like I did was because we have keywords called if, else.
Oh, Segfault said that to clarify one thing, all of the errors you're seeing are runtime errors, not compiler errors.
Oh, are there Segfault? Is Python not a compiled language? Because yeah, it might just actually might be like this isn't a compiled language. Else. There it is. Okay, control phone error. Awesome. So it's if print all if. Okay. Just reinstructing. So now we have conditional, and so we have if. So the words are if and else. So if this, do this, else do this. It's interpreted. Python does compile to bytecode prior to execution, but issues supplying the incorrect number of arguments functions that the compiler knows about. Interesting. That's interpreted. All right. Thank you guys so much. So now we need conditions.
Okay.
So this is the same thing. Like if there are 6 eggs out of the store, get 6 eggs, else get 5 eggs. So, before we have to do that, I have to talk to you about truth statement, true and false. Truthy and false. So saying, my pen is black is true. If I'm saying my pen is yellow, that is false, and I've lied to everyone. I'm so sorry, sue me.
Yeah.
So we want to capture that. So, so Boolean values, true and false, are actually in Python. They're keywords. We can't use them except for true. So basically, we have true and we have false, and the T and the F have to be. If we do T like this, Python will go, I don't know what you mean by this kind of true. You didn't define a true with a lowercase t.
Oh, okay, so basically the capital will bring out the function. The lowercase it puts as a the same thing as like awesome sauce.
So, however, true and false is not a function. Functions are defined by this, by the bracket.
Okay.
This is a keyword. So all programming languages have like keywords that you can't use yourself. So, for example, def, return are keywords.
Okay.
So I can't make a variable called return. And so def it will tell the interpreter I am defining a function.
Okay.
And then once you define it, it actually expects to see a colon, and then it's like, hey, whatever is over here, and once it's tabbed, this is the line that's part of the add function.
Okay.
So true and false, so true and false are keywords. So, and you can also, technically, potentially not useful for pedagogical purposes. True and false aren't. They're not? Oh my god, I'm learning so much on Python. Well, thank you. I didn't know they weren't keywords. I'm lying to you, Asmodan. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Interesting.
So
you can do true, comma, false equals false, comma, true. Segfault is just...
Truth, it gets into weird. So true and false are called booleans or bools. It's spelled B-O-O-L or B-O-O-L-E-A-N. Some languages use boolean. Technical point, okay. Some languages use boolean, some languages use bool, and you can store true and false into variables like you did in line 7 with an integer and line 10 with a string.
Okay.
So I could do I am true equals true. I am false equals false. Oopsies. Like that. I'm gonna just do live enters to move the code more up here so I can see better because I hate looking at the bottom of the screen.
Okay.
So now I can go if I am true, print true, else. Okay, so now I have to break this down. My knowledge is out of date. Python 3 did promote them as keywords. They weren't in 2x. Well, now my chat's lying to me.
Now, here's a question for you. For these if ones, for the print true, print false, don't they need brackets?
I don't know. Yeah. Oh, yes, they do. Right. The bracketless prints was in Python 2.7. Because I actually did a tad bit of Python back then. I haven't done it for.
Okay, so for example, print the way true was there wouldn't work, but the way I had done false, like I added the brackets, that would actually print the false.
Yes. However, let's try something. Actually, no. Before we try something, I'm not gonna try it. I don't want to get confused. So let's break down this if-else statement.
Okay.
So basically, if this evaluates to true.
Mm-hmm.
So by evaluate, you can put conditions in here. You can put expressions. If it all boils down to true,
mm-hmm.
True is printed.
Okay.
If anything else, so basically if this is false, this gets printed to here.
Okay.
It's false instead. So since we did I am true, we're going to go if, and this basically boils down to if true, which will always be true, T-R-U-E. print true. So if you run this, and I'm just going to right now comment out these so we don't have the program pausing all the time. So if you print this out, true should be the last thing you print out.
Invalid syntax.
Bullshit. Right. It's a comment. Yeah, Segfault. I mainly do C#. C#, C, C++. You need the colon after the condition and else? You need colon? There, Python. You happy now? Fuck you. You fat god. No, I've Vaskina, yeah, I've done C, and then I moved back to Java, or I moved to C++, and I get confused how the prints work, because both of them are different syntaxes. It's really annoying. But anyway, now Asmodan, if I wanted false to be printed, what would you do?
That?
I don't know, try it. Good for you. So,
okay.
Good job. So, one more thing with logic is we have true and we have false. I can tell if you're capitalized functions and camel case variables. Neither of those are enumeric in Python. Yeah, I didn't look up exactly how to case my variables and functions. Yes, this is all from C#. And I'm not going to go into the depths of how to case the variables when I'm teaching somebody for the first day on Python. So, now we have true and false. We also have... Actually, no, I'm going to leave it here. This works. We now have what we need.
Okay.
We now have what we need. So I'm going to use something called a block comment. Snake case, yeah. I'm going to use a block comment, a multi-line comment, so that 3 quotes in a row. So I'm going to go all the way to the top to line 1. I'm going to put in 3 quotes. I'm going to go to the bottom, line 42, and put in 3 quotes. So now... Basically, so I did a block comment, so I basically commented out lines from 1 to 42.
Okay.
Just so we have this, we can refer it back to me. Python doesn't have block comments, that's just a multi-line string. But it says in Learn Python in Y minutes, oh, multi-line strings. Oh, so there's no such thing as, God, okay. There's no such thing as what I just did. Oh my God. So here's what we're gonna do. Because I'm lazy. Now all of our old code has been commented.
That's handy.
During this guy's session, I'm going to stop talking. No, Segfault, please keep talking. Please keep talking, because I'm learning as well. You know, this is going to be slapstick. We're going to all learn together, so thank you for helping me.
Yeah, I mean, the more that people input, the better everything is.
Yes, I agree. So... By the way, guys, since you're watching, I don't know how you're viewing me, Twitch or multi-Twitch, but Asmodan is pretty fucking awesome as well, so you guys should follow him, because right now you're going through Persona 5 Hard Mode Blind. What other games are you doing, Asmodan?
Doing the Ori and the Blind Forest on hard. I got... God damn it. I started way too many, and I'm not starting another one until I start actually finishing them, because I started getting distracted. So now I have to go all the way back and find out. Because I have 6 games going right now.
You have 6? I've only seen like 2.
That's because I stopped a few of them for a while. I know I have like Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories because I got so pissed off at the setup of when they upgraded it to the PS4. The PS4. They gave it the Kingdom Hearts combat style. And then they didn't change the actual... core combat, so it's all fucked up when it comes to like the combat, and it's really not paced well. So, and it doesn't work quite as well as it did when it was a 3DS game or DS game or whatever it was. God damn it. I also have Final Fantasy X HD going. I have Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess going. Let's see, that's 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm missing one. So I did Persona 5, Ori, Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Oh no, that's all 6.
That's 6.
Yeah.
I see. Vestina, just Daisy, most otherwise Code Stream. Well, thank you for joining me. I also do a Haskell stream as well. You can actually look below, and I believe I actually have my YouTube below, which I'm learning Haskell with as well. So you're more than welcome to watch that. All right, so the last thing we're going to do is we're going to put all this together.
Okay.
So we have inputs, we have printing, we have if and else, we have functions. All right, so basically now I want you to print out to the user some kind of action sequence, whatever, and then basically make them make a decision. And then if they do if they type this thing, make them basically go print something. Otherwise, if they type something else, print the other.
Okay, so I should have initially, I would need a print. I'm in the wrong box.
You are on the wrong screen.
Okay, so I should be...
Well, actually, that's actually IPY sends you interactive Python, so that's where the REPL loop is. You could actually put in Python stuff, just if you wanted to. You don't have to. Probably don't.
Sorry, more work stuff. Just quickly looking. Okay, that's fine.
All right.
No, don't worry. So it was like just a quick message. So, all right. So, how do you spell precipice?
I don't know.
I think that. Whatever.
No seg fault. I'm not going to teach. Load.
Okay, then.
Ah, no shit. Bought my camera. Can you still see? You guys.
Okay, so if I do that, that will do a setup of it'll print out. You stand before a precipice. Do you jump?
Yes. One quick second. Let me send my wife a text. I'm like another 20 minutes.
Okay.
Because I told her I'd be done at 9.
Okay.
I mean, no worries. It's okay. It's not like if I'm not back by like 9, 10.
I was actually meaning to ask you. Yeah, I was actually meaning to ask you, like, how long were you thinking of going for this?
Just the end of here. Like, you've learned a lot. You need time to sleep on it, to look it up, to try other stuff. So, okay, print. You stand before the precipice. Do you jump?
And thank you, Vescania, for the spelling of precipice. And now I need...
Oh.
It's on mine.
It's on yours, okay.
Yeah, so now I need an input, which is going to be getting their input. So I'm going to be looking for a yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
So then I need to define...
Right now you can assume the user, who will be you, will put in either yes or no, and it will be correct. So don't worry about like if they type in something wrong or just something.
Yeah, I'm like mainly aiming for like looking back now to see where would I put it. Hey, Nick Raptor, how's it going? Asma doing coding. Surprised this ain't a speed run. Yeah, I'm not doing a speed run right now.
Speed run of code, go!
I'm doing well. I am learning very well from that programming guy. So, here, I'll just quickly do it. Make sure to give him a follow if you haven't already. All right. So now I need to do. Okay, hang on. I need to scroll down. So this would be the Boolean one, right? So then I would need to do yes or no equals essentially what. So let's go. Yes equals then would it actually print? So can I just do a string, or do I have to actually use the quotes for that?
What are you trying to do?
Like I'd be typing out like, do you jump? If it's yes, you fall to your death, essentially.
I see. So in the if statement, you'd have to basically compare the string that has been given to you to yes.
Okay.
So there's two ways to do this. You can either put yes to a variable, or you can do something like this. You can just do like if I'm just gonna say blah right now, whatever you want to do. If blah oh god, hold on. Compare strings. Basics.
Equals
Because
equals.
different. Fuck it up. Different languages compare strings differently. Oh, just equals equals? Okay, thank you so much. So if blah equals yes. Something like that.
Okay.
So basically, if whatever the person inputted is equal to yes, do this, then you can just do an else.
Okay.
Before we do that, I'm gonna bring this up here, so you can remember what the syntax is for if and else statements. Thank you, Segfault.
So at this point, I would be doing, so if bracket,
where are you storing the user's input?
I have no clue. So I would need to put that in. So would it be in like the brackets for input, or would it be?
No, go ahead and look at what we did for the input down below. It has what you're looking for.
Okay, where is it? Input. So turtle equals input. Oh, okay. So I need to actually put in. Let's do decision equals input. So now.
Now you've stored the user's input into a variable called.
Right now, what we're coding is just it's the basics. We're kind of doing a, I guess, choose your own adventure thing right now. But if
choose your own adventure. I would say choose your own adventure.
Yeah. Okay, so if decision. Okay, now I need to do an if bracket decision
double
equals. Now I do this. Or
correct. What? Yes or yes? It doesn't matter.
Now, does capital?
Since you're gonna be, go ahead.
Well, I'm wondering, like, will it matter? Like, for example, if let's say I do it capital YES, and then they type in lowercase YES.
Those are different.
They would count as different. Okay, so let's do this for now. Okay.
But as I said, you're the one doing this, so whatever works.
You don't
specifically didn't talk about comparisons, so this might be a tough assignment. That is true. I did forget to talk about comparisons. You are correct.
You don't need brackets for if statements in Python. Oh.
Don't really?
Let's try that out. So if decision equals yes, or equals yes, then colon.
Oh, you don't. Okay.
So
you don't, huh?
Print.
I don't like how Python's white space bio with Vespina. It's so horrible. Continue, Asmodean.
Falls for an eternity and die of hunger.
And died.
You fall for an eternity and die of hunger.
Yeah.
Because I am a morbid person.
Do it.
Okay, so now this one is else. Oh, whoa. I blame my finger injury on that, even though that's not the actual problem. Else print. Because of... Why not? Okay, so now it would be...
Sorry, I was typing. I just read that. Okay.
Now...
Oh, my notepad. Hold on. 1 second.
Yep.
The pic in the upper left. Oh. You don't like the picture of my notepad in the upper left. Is that what you guys don't like?
Oh.
Oh, it is? Oh, it's hiding this code? Oh, shit. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, actually, I should have actually mentioned that because I just realized that earlier that I moved my notifications over because it was kind of hiding the code, and I didn't connect. Oh, I should mention that to you as well.
I see. Yeah, I didn't forget about that. Well, I'm glad to know because I should not do that for my house code. Okay, there we go. Thank you guys for letting me know. Okay, so now, run.
Hang on a second. Nick's just like, choose your own adventure. I choose Skyrim.
All right, start coding Skyrim. Do it.
I know. Just do if decision is Skyrim, run Skyrim.exe. Done.
Oh man, I wish it was that simple.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't. So run. Do you jump? So
you did the wrong slash, but that's fine.
Wait, what?
You did the wrong slash.
Well,
that's why it actually printed out slash instead of a new line.
Now,
yeah, there you go.
Then I just type yes. There you go.
Try it again.
Now run it again.
That's great. All right. As a matter of style, don't put the space between the parentheses and the function name in a function call.
Don't put a space between.
That is true. I guess. Oh my God, you don't have to. Okay, fine. You know what? Let's stop. We're done.
Okay.
So much stuff about Python.
So that what they're talking about, like for example, right here where it says print, I don't need to put that space there.
I believe I believe that's what they're talking. You don't have to put a print there, which is just like.
Well, they don't. So if
you don't. Yeah, correct. You don't. It's a matter of style.
Okay. And then.
If I do that in any other language, I think. I mean, if I just do, hold on. Oh yeah, I wouldn't put a space. I don't know why I was putting a space in Python. You're correct. Anyway, so Asmodan, what we've gotten done today was we did our introductions. We spoke about why you're getting into coding. We spoke a little bit about me. Spoke a little bit about you.
Mm-hmm.
We learned about printing, functions, variables. How to call functions, how to do the return values, how to get inputs, how to do if is and else, booleans. Now there's a bit more, for example, comparisons, which you haven't worried about, but you kind of did here, which you can talk about more. But you have successfully made your first game. Is it the Boast and Thron game? Is it a AAA game? Are you going to get millions of dollars from this? Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. But at least it'll get a few laughs.
That is true, and yes, actually, Segfault, that is true. Probably I'm actually since I've hashed in my head, probably that's why the spaces are there. Go.
Okay.
It'll get a few laughs. I'm gonna put this on my YouTube channel. You can find the link below. Asmodan, do you have a YouTube channel or anything that's on?
Yes, I do, and I'm still actually debating if I'll be putting it up, but probably will. Just basically name it probably something funny like watch this idiot try and learn how to code, and that would be referring to me.
Mm-hmm. All right, so yeah, this is great. So for me, I'm ThatProgrammingGuy. This is Asmodan, learning starting with Python. And yeah, lurkers who are lurking, thank you for lurking. Watchers who are watching, thank you for watching. I love you all, and come join me next time. And I believe that is the end of the stream, Asmodan. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you for teaching me. And thank you, everybody, for coming by. I'm actually probably just going to shut down the stream for about 5-10 minutes, set up Persona 5, and continue on with that because, I mean, I have it set up. Might as well keep streaming.
All right. See y'all later. Bye.
All right. See you later, guys.